Hello, this is an explanation video for Monday, September 20th. I will review the activities for today, but please note there will be different activities for the morning class and the evening class. So please pay close attention so you hear the correct activities for your class. I will begin with the morning class. So morning class, we will come down here. We are in a new unit now, Unit 1, Power of Goals. So for the next 3 weeks, all of our activities will be in this folder. It's called Unit 1, Power of Goals. And all of our lessons will connect with this idea, your goals. So we will talk about goals and learn about goals and think about goals and plan for the goals in the future. So open this folder, Unit 1, Power of Goals. Here we are, week 3, September 20th through 24th. And we are on day 1, September 20th. So again, this is the morning class. You open the sync folder. And if you can see on our class agenda, we will work on building some vocabulary in the textbook. We will listen to a conversation to practice our English listening skills and comprehension. And we will read some passages in order to find the main idea and supporting details. And this will help us with our English reading comprehension. So back in the sync folder, we are going to start looking in our textbooks. So here is the first textbook activity. It's going to be page 2, parts 1A, B, and C. So this is what the textbook looks like if you open it. So we're going to do part A, where we think about the strategies that are helpful for finding the right job for yourself. We're going to define this vocabulary. And then we are going to define these other vocabulary words in part 2. And then the last part is C, we will make a prediction about what the text will be about. So then come back to the sync folder, and the next activity is also in the textbook. It's page 2, part 2A. Here we go, page 2, part 2A, and this is a listening activity. So we are going to listen to some audio, and we will, as we listen, we can write our answers in the book. So you see here, we see Henry, Jessica, and Emma. Each of these people is using a different strategy for finding a job. So as we listen, we want to write the strategy that each person uses in their search for a job. So we click here, this little audio player.
Unit 1, the power of goals.
This is for part A. Then we will listen to the second one here on the right, and we will listen closely to Henry. So the second one only includes the Henry part of the speech. And the question is, what reasons does he give for liking his career? Why does Henry like his career? That's the question you want to answer. And after we find our answers, we will discuss them in a group. Also today in the sync, we have a reading activity. We're going to learn about what is the main idea. So main idea is a very important reading skill. We're going to practice it throughout the semester. And this is a video that helps us to understand this concept of the main idea. And we're going to learn about some of these vocabulary that we can remember when we talk about main idea. And then here is a practice for main idea that we will do. It's a quizzes activity. Okay, so that is the sync activity for the morning class. The async activity, let's look at that. The async activity is a Nearpod. If you don't know Nearpod, it is a website that gives lessons and activities so you can learn about different topics. So click on this link. And it will take you to this other link, Nearpod on sentences and fragments. Make sure to click this link so it opens a separate tab for the website. Okay, so you want to enter your name and then press join a lesson. Make sure to enter your name that you have in the class so that I know who you are. Okay, so this gives a lot of information about sentences and fragments. So you want to go through, it talks about what is a sentence, what is a fragment, how to know if something is a sentence, how to ask questions, asking questions. And then this is a question for you to answer, right? You can type, it is give 2 examples of sentences. So you need to write 2 sentences. You can write any sentence you want. There's no rules. Just try to write 2 complete sentences here in this box. When you're done, you'll press submit, and then you'll go to the next activity. Now you start to learn about a fragment. Okay, you get more information about fragments, and then you watch a video that explains fragments, more information about asking questions. If it's a fragment, this is another place where you can answer a question. So you can give 2 examples of fragments, right? So down here, try to write 2 fragments based on what you just learned in the previous slides. Here's another video about the difference between sentences and fragments. Okay, this is a game to help you test your new knowledge. Another open-ended question. So you can see it gives you information, but it also asks you to answer questions and it tests your knowledge. So here you can explain what is the difference between a sentence and a fragment. And then this is a poll to help to see how well you understand sentences and fragments based on what you just learned. And that is it. That is the end. So you want to go through all these slides and complete them as good as possible. And I will check later to see how you did and to see what your score is. Okay, so that is your async assignment for today. So let's talk about the evening class. Evening class, your sync activity is different. So you notice this is the evening class, and we're here in Monday, September 20th. So here's your sync folder. Today, you are taking the CASAS test. Okay, so when you come to the building today, you should bring your laptop. Okay, bring your Carlos Rosario laptop today. If you do not have a Carlos Rosario laptop, you can use your own laptop, but make sure it has Windows 10 or higher. If it has Windows 9 or Windows 8, it will not work with the CASAS exam. Also, if you have a Mac, a Chromebook, or an iPad, these do not work very well with CASAS. So you need to have a Carlos Rosario laptop or your own laptop with Windows 10 or higher. If you do not have either one of those, you can contact me, you can text me on Remind, and I will tell you what you should do in that situation. So this is the sync activity for the evening class. Let's come back to day 1. Now the async activity for the evening class is the same as the morning, Nearpod on sentences and fragments. So go back to the beginning of this video where I explain this activity in Nearpod. It's the same activity for morning and evening. Go through all these slides, read them, answer the questions, try to get the right answers. This is a way for you to learn about this new subject, sentences and fragments. So that is it for today, Monday, September 20th. Thank you so much for listening and best